like resting on the beat, but we ain't resting. Yeah. MPH, you kill yourself. Yeah, y'all. Big MPH. It's the away team. Back with another reaction, man. I'm gonna react to y'all like, comment, subscribe. I see y'all. Over the last month, more people been watching the channel, so that's what I like. I went a little MIA. Y'all say I went a little MIA, but I'm back. I'm back for good. It'll boy. Y'all saying. We gonna react to my boy EOS 1090 Jake. Just did a video about Boosie getting indicted by the feds on the gun case after beating the gun case. You know, I don't know the ins and outs of the case, but I know over the last few years, it seemed like on the outside looking in, it seemed like Boosie been trying to do good and right by people and stuff. So hopefully he beat that shit, cause not even just cause like niggas like his music and shit. It ain't about the music. It's just the fact that it seems like he a pretty good person now. It's some shit about the past that's questionable about Boosie that I ain't gonna speak on too much. But the shit he do now kind of overshadow that shit. I ain't got a problem with Boosie. I fuck with Boosie. So hopefully Boosie beat this shit, come out on top. And keep, doing the Vlad interviews or whatever bro been doing. But this to Daddy Jake, man. Shout out to Daddy Jake. Make sure y'all subscribe to his page too, man. He been doing this shit a long time. Away team, switch, man. I gotta start getting that thing in the background better. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a sign. It's a sign of the away team. Y'all know what it is, man. Switch, man. Best blog in Kentucky. Like, the music. The music here is, yeah. Yeah. She facing the sign, yeah, away team. But yeah, we finna react, man. MPH, away team, switch. Let's see what this video talking about, man. Shout out 1090 Jake.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. No rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Boosie again, because yesterday I dropped a video on Boosie beating the feds, like literally beating the feds. Case dismissed, thrown out, whatever. He's good. He goes down to Orlando, Universal Studios, 30 family members with him, flew the whole fam out. And then boom, we get the news that Boosie has been re-indicted. On July 24th, 2024, Boosie took to Instagram with his family at Orlando's Volcano Bay. This celebration vacation would come after his federal gun case was dismissed, but the feds just had to fuck it all up. Boosie would take to Twitter stating, "I'm on vacation with my family. My lawyer called me and said this federal prosecutor, M. Wheat, has indicted me again on the same charge and added a charge that I was a drug addict around a fight."
Alright, 1 minute in. So, I'm pausing right here, reading what's on the screen. Boy on vacation, he with his family, and they go back to what I was saying when I started the video. It seemed like on the outside looking in, I always say outside looking in because I'm not in the industry, y'all. You know, I be rapping and shit. I'm very underground, not in the industry yet. Yeah, not ever really. I don't really fuck with the industry. Like, no disrespect. Like, how do I word that shit? Like, I fuck with the industry to the extent like I want to do songs with folks, but like not in terms of like I'm trying to get it. We about to get this away team money. You hear me? That's how we finna go, man. I'm straight, but the industry is wild. But what I was saying, I got off tangent. What I was saying is at the beginning of the video, I was saying it seemed like Boosie like a pretty stand up dude. Seemed like he do good for his people. So, the day before, I didn't even know this. EOS did a video the day before when they thought the case was dropped, or maybe they was told the case was dropped. He good. He gonna celebrate with his family. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? They had a charge that was a drug attack around a firearm. So, yo, man, I don't know if they just, I think because of his extensive past, and that goes to the youth. The youth, y'all listen to me right now. The reason why you never want to just initially get in trouble, ever, like in serious trouble, you don't want to get any gun charges or heavy drug charges, like trafficking and shit, is because once you get one or two of those, your past is used against you, even if you on a straight and narrow now. Like you can see, we see Boosie's on a straight and narrow right now. On the outside looking in, keyword outside looking in, because I'm not in Boosie's camp or nothing, so I don't know. I ain't friends with nobody in Boosie camp. I don't know nothing about what's going on over there. All I know is from the outside looking in, from what I see online, and from what I see in the interviews and shit. It seemed like bro on the straight and narrow, for the most part, he try to do good by his folks. And they don't care about that once you have prior, you know what I'm saying, shit like the state and the lawyers and as I said, the lawyers, the judges and shit, the prosecutors and shit. They don't care about none of that shit. When you got shit in the past that you done did, they don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, they don't give a fuck about you trying to feed the family, the kids, you making people rich, you helping this nigga, and then they don't care about none of that shit. And they gonna use your past as a means to do unconstitutional shit to you. That's why you never want to initially even get in serious trouble. Y'all hear what I said? They gonna use your past they can break the law because of your past. They can come search, do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? And Louisiana probably got like a vendetta with him. It's probably personal. That judge is probably something personal. If I was him, whenever he break and shake from the situation, probably just want to leave the state of Louisiana like completely. You know what I'm saying? Like move, like don't have shit over there. Like in these situations, you gotta move militant, man. I had a lot of partners I grew up with, a lot of friends I grew up with that either died or went to jail. Because they kept going to the same area, a same block, a same something. Instead of like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be militant. I think he just needed to leave Louisiana alone at this point because, you know. Now, if he did wrong, he did wrong. You know, right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. We back in this bitch, man. It's 1 minute in.
Shake my head. Why you didn't charge me with that the first time? The judges ruled at this point you're making this a circus. This has to be unconstitutional. This shows how far these devils will go to try and stop a successful black man with a voice. This man has a serious vendetta of hate against me. He wants to be a character in a movie. He just doesn't respect the courts. He's racist and has no respect for the courts. If I wasn't Boosie, this would not be happening to me. This same man looked at me and said, "Wipe me down" on my first court appearance. LOL. He's obsessed. I've never seen nothing like this in my damn life. 30 of us on vacation, and I get this news.
Right there.
He put the hardest battles on his strongest soldiers. God got him. This man doesn't respect the law. Tell the president, pardon this bullshit. Justice for Boosie. Now this is devastating. News literally broke how Boosie was the first rapper and second person to have felony gun charges dismissed following USA vs. Duarte, where it was ruled unconstitutional to ban nonviolent felons from possessing firearms. This was hope to the more than 19 million felons in the US that actual reform may be coming. Because it isn't just about changing your own actions. You could become the greatest man or woman after prison and still be held back by felony convictions, preventing you from voting, renting, working, and obviously the right to arm and defend yourself.
Yeah,
a felony is a lifelong scar that now former President Trump wears like many of us, and this may be the start of a new beginning. So how the fuck were the feds able to re-indict Boosie after the charges were already dismissed? On July 16, 2024, Boosie could be seen smiling on Vlad TV only 4 days after having his gun case dismissed. Over the next 3 days, more clips would drop, one of which Boosie and Vlad would address and laugh off the snitch allegations the internet tried to put on Boosie regarding his case. Not only did Boosie not have a co-defendant, he had a hired armed security guy whose sole purpose was to provide security with a gun. So I don't understand how Boosie telling the police that he didn't have any guns, but his security did, was snitching. Especially when Boosie hired the motherfucker because he legally has guns and does security. But the internet remains undefeated, and when Boosie's case was dismissed, they had no other explanation as to how he could have pulled it off except snitching. Well, here's the plot twist. On July 19th, the same day the video came out, federal prosecutors filed a new indictment charging Boosie again with being a felon in possession of a firearm for the same Glock 19 that he had dismissed, on top of a new charge for being an unlawful user or addict in possession of a firearm. The feds are now alleging that Boosie is an addict, as defined in Title 21 United States Code Section 802, which states, the term addict means any individual who habitually uses any narcotic drug so as to endanger the public morals, health, safety, or welfare, or who is so far addicted to the use of narcotic drugs as to have lost the power of self-control with reference to his addiction. So how the fuck does that apply to Boosie? Looking at his arrest, Boosie could be seen in screenshots recovered by San Diego police smoking a suspected marijuana joint. When the vehicle Boosie was riding and was pulled over, officers located a suspected marijuana joint in the center console of the vehicle. Being that this was in California, no one was charged with the joint, and it's unclear if the joint was even confiscated. It's also unclear how it's assumed to be Boosie's when 3 people were in the vehicle and Boosie was in the rear passenger seat, while the center console is typically used by the driver. United States prosecutor Michael Gary Wheat is now alleging Boosie is addicted to controlled substances and was using controlled substances while possessing the Glock 19. Federally, marijuana is still a Schedule 1 controlled substance along with heroin and meth. So instead of clarifying Boosie allegedly smoked weed in the legalist state to smoke it, Mr. Wheat would use his 30 plus years experience as a federal attorney to make it sound as if Boosie was riding around with a Glock smoking meth. Now I'm interested in viewing how the feds will allege Boosie endangers public morals, health, safety, or welfare by smoking weed. Or how Boosie is so far addicted he's lost the power of self-control, because that's the definition of an addict the feds are using, so that's essentially what they'll have to prove. Even looking at Boosie's criminal history, he was sentenced to 8 years for possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, meaning he was selling, not using. He'd also be convicted of bringing drugs into prison after being caught trying to smuggle cocaine. Now it's well known that anyone caught with drugs requests rehab and will claim to be a user rather than a dealer because the punishment is less severe. But Boosie's criminal history clearly implies that he was in it for the money and not the high. So what about double jeopardy? Double jeopardy prohibits anyone from being prosecuted twice for the same crime. But apparently, it doesn't apply until the jury has been sworn in and trial starts. The feds have a 98% conviction rate because almost every case ends in a plea deal before trial, and because Boosie's case never made it that far, the feds are apparently able to not only charge him again, but add on another crime. It's a dirty game. Prosecutors have requested Boosie turn himself in by noon on Wednesday the 24th, or they'd send U.S. Marshals after him. Imagine flying 30 members of your family down to Universal in Orlando to celebrate your freedom, and while at the theme park you get a call that you've been re-indicted and have to turn yourself into the feds immediately. Boosie's lawyer would file a motion to recall the warrant, which was granted, leaving Boosie with a court date on August 2nd. It's very possible they attempt to take him back into custody, forcing him to pay another six-figure bond, and it's likely this case will take another 6 months plus to come to a conclusion. We'll just have to wait and see if Boosie is able to win his second fight against the feds. Now this is got
to come to a conclusion. We'll just have to wait and see if Boosie is able to win his second fight against the feds. Now this is gotta be.
Alright, man. So we're gonna wrap this up right now. So pretty much, because I know usually I Mr. Pause, Mr. Motormouth, usually I pause about every 3 minutes, 2 minutes, to pop my shit. I gotta pop my shit, Bae tell y'all I pop my shit all day.
Every day.
All day. Yeah, so I'm pop my shit right now. So this shit messed up because I'm pretty much gonna break y'all down game if y'all didn't understand that video. So he was out smoking a joint on live. Ain't nothing serious, especially in Cali. Like smoking a joint in Cali, that's like smoking a cigarette anywhere else. That shit is normal. Like police should not care about nobody smoking no little joint in California. Weed is like oxygen over there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's everywhere. I never even been to Cali. I'm just going off what people tell me. People tell me like it's literally everywhere in Cali. Like people smoking on the beach, on the sidewalks, everywhere. And probably in the restaurants now. They smoking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but the fact that he got probably, I don't know if he's on probation or not. I don't know about the situation, all that shit, but he got trafficking charges in the past. So they're trying to go to the extreme of saying that because he was smoking a joint, he's still trafficking. Because I guess they're trying to say because he's smoking a joint, he still has access to the drugs. Which don't make sense. When they pulled him over, they found the joint. Y'all, they had the little gun case pending. So, because the gun case didn't get ever taken to trial, they were able to try him again. If you ever get tried for something, you go to trial and you beat that shit, you can't get tried for the same. Like, you kill somebody, go to trial, somehow you beat that shit, and they find like crazy ass evidence after you beat it that you definitely killed the person. Like they find your fingerprints, they find the video, everything. Like you're not going back to jail. They can't try you for that shit again because there's double jeopardy. So, but in this situation, and that's why these guys wait so long to go to trial, to take shit to trial. See, the justice system crooked. They how do I explain it? If you do something, and even if it gets dropped, a lot of times they wait a long time to take it to trial for just in case in the future some evidence come up that make it so they can try that shit again. So, I mean, this shit messed up, man. I mean, if he did wrong, he did wrong, but I'm just getting a vibe of foul play between the whole "wipe me down" thing. Why are you talking about a song in court? It's kind of like some trolling shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my life, my real life is on the line right now, and you want to talk about a fucking song from 2006 or something? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy as fuck. So like, it just gave me red. The whole thing gave me a red flag. Like the whole case, and he was gonna have to turn himself in on the 24th. I didn't know that case has been pushed to the 2nd. Is he gonna beat it? I don't know. But that's where it goes back to early in the video. I was saying you just want to stay out of trouble, because once you get in trouble, that first is like serious trouble. I ain't talking about like little shit like traffic ticket or like you want to stay out of serious trouble, because once you get in serious trouble that first or second time, you see what they do. They try to just mess with you. And even if you're reformed or changed on the outside looking in, it doesn't seem believable because of your past. Or at least the people that don't know you like that, like people who don't really know you, your reform, your change, it don't seem authentic because of your past. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So that's how they trying to stronghold him because of his past. You know, it's messed up. Hopefully he beat this shit. But it's NPH away team, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, swish. Best blog in Kentucky, man. Let's go. Best blog in the world. Let's go. NPH. Yeah. Mike resting on the beat, but we ain't resting. Yeah. NPH, kill yourself.